in the last month or so, I've been hearing you tell me just say yes to life, just let things be. And yesterday, I got 3/4 through the day, which had consisted of my computer not working, the furnace broke down, and the fireplace broke. And I stopped and I went, wow, it doesn't matter. And I went, thank you, Mom. It just went, it just was. And instead of worrying about it or getting upset about it, I just fixed it.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. You see, it's so beautiful when the mind isn't charged psychologically, it's not throwing its tantrum. It's more clear. There is clarity. Oh, yeah, I need to call, a fireplace repair, whatever.
Each person was there, and they came over.
Yes.
And fixed it, or Jerry rigged it until
yes.
they could get the car.
Yes. Whatever. Yes. Yes. So not only is the mind at ease and at peace, and there is clarity, and therefore action that comes from clarity rather than coming from the psychological me. Yeah. Also, and you will see that unfolding more and more in your life, that there will be more and more harmony and synchronicity and magic in the dream, in the waking dream. Because the waking dream and consciousness are not separate. So when there is a recognition of consciousness and a sort of such a love and surrender to consciousness, the dream becomes sweeter. And it will take on unexpected unfolding that just is full of very lovely surprises. So when there is an absence of judgment, an absence of the me conditions onto the screen, then the unfolding lines up and becomes very sweet and very serendipitous. So it's very beautiful. This is a living the teaching. In those moments when seemingly things are contrarious, there is no contrariety from consciousness point of view. Nothing.
It's the magic of it.
Yes.
It's just
magic.
It wasn't until I stopped 3/4 through and I went,
Yes. Yes.
This is really interesting.
Yes. Yeah. You will notice more and more after the fact, as you are in your contemplation, that you look back onto your life and you will find that, gee, what it was like and what it is like is different. It's a different scene. It's not noticed right away, but you will notice it.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on the magic? That caught my attention.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
In a way, all there is magic. The mind isn't privy to it, because the limited mind, meaning the separate self, isn't the doom and gloom, because it's infected with the fear of the death of the body. The virus of mortality. It clouds the wonder of being. How wondrous it is, this moment right now. How exquisite. the shades, the shapes, and the forms, and talking, communication. It's magical. Perception. Notice this awareness. Oh, you're aware. So the dream, meaning, what I refer to the dream, meaning world events, the world body mind events, they do not have a reality of their own. There is as if there is a consciousness through the mind filters a world and a body and an internal self. So consciousness through the mind filters the perception. When the mind is in the belief of I consciousness, am mortal. What is filtered is a miserable scene, meaning a world out there, there is wealth out there and I don't have it. I have to pursue it. There is beauty out there, there is love out there, I need to go find it. I need to find the partner, I need to find the wealth, I need to find the health. But when the mind in a way turns its gaze away from the belief of mortality and turns towards consciousness and recognizes that consciousness is not mortal and that it is I that is conscious. When there is that turn from I am immortal body mind to I am consciousness, and this consciousness is never born. I've never experienced the birth or death of consciousness. When there is that turn, then consciousness is shining through a mind that recognizes it. And it shines a world body mind that is sweet, that is a celebration of this recognition, that is angst, fear, and pursuit free, that is at peace and happy. And the magic that is revealed is the magic of consciousness, which is the borderless quality of consciousness, meaning I am perceiving through all body minds. You know how sometimes somebody says something and you say, God, I knew you were going to say that. Or somebody tells you about a place and you know you've been there, but you haven't, they've been there. They tell you about Istanbul, you've never been to Istanbul, but yet you've been there. You say, damn, I don't know how I can explain to you, but I know that vendor that sells, the chickpeas, whatever. Because you are there. You are there. You as consciousness are not limited to a world, to a body mind. You are limitless. Consciousness is limitless. So it's exciting. It's fun. It's amusing. It's joyful, and it's a recognition over and over. Consciousness reveals itself, reveals its infinite qualities to you in the dream. Its magnificence, its beauty, its splendor, its all-knowingness, its borderlessness. So you might find yourself, I don't know if it's happened to you, where suddenly you have an experience, but you're really not having it. You have an experience and it's a flash. I think some people have that sort of developed in them naturally. They're called psychics, they refer to them as psychics. And then you have an experience of, but it's not this body-mind. But it's an experience that reveals to you the infinity of consciousness. But above all, the beauty in the unfolding is that it settles the mind into the peace and the happiness and tranquility. And the mind cannot move away from that. No matter how hard it tries, it can't. It's as if you can no longer suffer.
Say it again.
You can no longer suffer. You can no longer suffer. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can
You
actually.
can no longer suffer. No matter what happens, you can no longer suffer.
Because when you're happy, when you're feeling that joy, I don't mean happy like something
Yes.
happened, but just that
Yes.
when you're feeling that joy, you can't imagine ever not having that joy ever again.
Yes, right, yes. It's like there is a point in the exploration where you love consciousness so much that consciousness throws the towel and then loves you to the madness. It's so beautiful. And all unfolding in your life are soaked in happiness and beauty and love. Without any attachment, complete freedom. That's what's beautiful about love, is that there is freedom in it. As soon as there is a constraint upon the freedom, the love isn't there. You can try that in your relationships. Try to constrain your partner's freedom or your friend's freedom or at work, and you will find the love is not there. There's complete freedom. It's so beautiful, the freedom. Which is the freedom of consciousness. Nothing, there is no other reality. You see, an object cannot be free. It's only free within its own definition. This bottle is completely free as a bottle, but it's not free as a butterfly. It cannot fly as a butterfly. It cannot have the colors of the butterfly or spread its wings like the butterfly does. So in the world body-mind, freedom is non-existent. It is the freedom of consciousness that is the freedom. So there is no personal freedom. That's an oxymoron. Freedom is impersonal. It's the end of the person. Which is really beautiful because we've never been a person. It's just a thought and an impression. I know it's a stubborn one, and it feels so, darn real. But it's still a feeling, no matter how powerful the feeling is. It's still a feeling. A kid can throw a big tantrum, it's still a tantrum. You watch, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour. Then they fall asleep because they're exhausted themselves. They wake up the next, half hour later, they're thirsty and hungry and they want to go play. That's the impression of the meanness. The me impression is like that. It's like a child throwing a tantrum. Okay, a tantrum for maybe 100 years. But we're talking about the end of tantrums here. The end of the illusion. So you have to participate. You have to accept the invitation. The invitation from consciousness, of course. That's inviting you to Come to your true self. Come to the truth and cease the charade of being a man, a woman, a son, a daughter, a mother, a person missing this and needing that. Don't feed that stream. What for? What good is there in it? Nothing. I mean, maybe I'm speaking too fast, saying nothing, assuming that it's clear for you, but there is nothing in that stream. Sorrow, it's only sorrow. The stream of sorrow, the stream of limitation and lack. The me and the you and the me and what's lacking, what am I lacking, what do I need, what don't I have? It's an endless maze of misery. You give it up. You give it up. Absolutely, you as consciousness, you give it up like that. Boom, done, history, no longer. Okay, of course you still answer, you still take care of you, but in your freedom, in your inner recognition of what you truly are. It's no problem with the body being hungry and needing to eat or whatever, but so what? It's not what I am. The open presence, the aware presence that hears these words, that perceives, that senses, perceives sensation, perceives. But it's not perceived, it's infinite, borderless presence. Not a thing, not an object. Yeah. So, yeah.